Hello, geometry. I wanted to separate this video into two different ones. So we've talked previously about parallel and skew lines. Today we're going to talk about the other half of lesson 3.1, which is pairs of lines and angles. As you can see up here, I need to zoom this guy out. Sorry. There we go. That's better. We have a transversal, which is a line that intersects two or more lines. So when we look over here at our little diagram, we've got lines T, L, and M. L touches only line T, not a transversal. M touches only line T, not a transversal. But line T touches both L and M. So line T intersects L and M. It is a transversal. And the angle that it intersects doesn't matter. It just matters that they touch, right? It matters that they touch, that they intersect. That's all that matters. Now, when we have that happen, I want to remind you that we actually know a few of the angles that are formed already. So you can see here in the purple, and I can zoom in. In the purple here, we can see our vertical angles, right? The V's touch, they're vertical angles. And then down here, I've got a double whooshy and a triple whooshy. Those are a linear pair. And we know that we have many linear pairs here. These two are a linear pair. These two are a linear pair. We've got these two are a linear pair. Like, we have many linear pairs here. But I want to remind you that we already know about vertical angles and linear pairs. So we've seen those. We know what those are. So now we're going to talk about four new types of angles. And we're going to start with corresponding angles. Corresponding angles are angles that are in the same position and on the same side of the transversal. So sides would be like left and right or top and bottom, right? In the same position, though, this is what I mean by position. We would have something that's the top left, the top right, the bottom right, and the bottom left, right? Those are the same positions. So if I just cover up line M for a second, and I look up here at line L, I would say that angle 1 is in the top left, right? It's top left. So let's look at angle 1. Well, then if I cover up line L, which one is top left down here for M? Angle 5. That's top left. So then I could do the same thing, but now I want to look and say, well, which one's top right? Angle 2. So we're going to have angle 2. And then I would cover up L and say, well, which one's top right for this one? Angle 6. And we can do the same thing for bottom left, which would be angle 4 and angle 8. And then for bottom right, which is angle 3 and angle 7. So those are corresponding angles. They're in the same position. They're on the same side, right? Same position, same side. Alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles. Interior, you already know what that means. Think about like an interior decorator or an interior painter. They're all people that would decorate the inside or paint the inside of your house. So interior just means inside, right? It means inside. So alternate means opposite. It means opposite. So the alternate interior angles are angles that are on the inside and on opposite sides of the transversal. So I've colored our interior here so we can kind of see the interior a little better. And we want the opposite. So I'm just going to pick angle 3, all right, because that's one of our interior angles on L. And we want an angle that is on the opposite side of the transversal. So there's only two of them, angles 4 and 5, they're on the opposite side, right? Now here's how you know which one it is. We're talking about angles on line L and comparing them to angles from line M. So it's not going to be angle 4. That would be a linear pair. It's going to be angle 5 down here. So angle 3 and angle 5 are alternate interior angles, right? They are alternate interior angles. Now there's another set of alternate interior angles here. Which ones haven't I marked that we should write down? Angle 4 and angle 6, right? Those are also alternate interior angles. These are super important, guys. All of these angle relationships we're going to be using for the rest of the year, okay? So I really want you to focus and understand them and be able to identify them. So let's take a look now at this alternate exterior. And I'm going to zoom in so you can see a little better. Alternate exterior. Now I've color-coded the exteriors. So they're the ones that are outside, right, of our lines L and lines M. And we want them to be exterior and opposite. Exterior and opposite. So I'm just going to pick one of the angles that's here in the purple. Let's just start with angle 1. Right? So here's angle 1. And we want to find one that is outside and opposite the transversal. So here's our transversal. On the opposite side of it would be, on the right side, would be angles 2 and angle 7. But we're comparing angles from L to angles from M. So alternate exterior would be angle 7. Angle 7. Hey, there's another pair of angles that is alternate and exterior. Alternate and exterior. That would be angle 2 and angle 8. Exterior, just like the exterior of your house, right? Exterior painter, same idea. All right, and then for our last one down here is consecutive interior angles. Consecutive interior. So I'm going to color code the interior again for us. That way we can see it. Some people call these same side interior. You might see that in the book, for example. Same side interior, consecutive interior, it all means the same thing. Consecutive, we know in math, is like consecutive numbers would be two numbers right next to each other. Right next to each other. This is not called adjacent, because adjacent would mean sharing a side. So this is consecutive. So they're next to each other, but they don't share a side. All right. I know that can be a little weird, but I just want to point that out now because I don't want you to be confused. These are consecutive interior. So they're on the same side of the transversal and they're on the inside. So let's just pick one of our angles. Let's go with angle 4 because he hasn't gone first yet. And then we want one that is on the same side of the transversal. So here's our transversal and it has to be on the inside. Well, there's only one other angle that it could be, right? To be on the left and on the inside. That's angle 5. So angle 4 and angle 5 are consecutive interior angles. Well, there's one other pair that is a set of consecutive interior angles that we haven't looked at yet, and that is angle 3 and angle 6, right? Those are both on the inside and they're on the right side. So they are consecutive interior. So let's do some of these examples together and let's actually try finding them and naming their relationships, all right? So I'm going to come down here. My numbering got kind of off. Sorry about that. It's not too big of a deal. I think we can do it, but I don't know. The formatting just didn't like me. So for this first one right here, angles 1 and 8. Angle 1 and 8. I like to put my fingers on them. It helps my brain. Angle 1 and angle 8. Well, we know that this is the interior, so they're not going to be an interior side. Which means they're not alternate interior and they're not consecutive interior. So they're either going to be corresponding or alternate exterior, right? Well, our transversal, right, is line R because it's touching both P and Q. Angle 1 is in the upper left. Angle 8 is in the bottom right. So they are on opposite sides of the transversal. So this one must be alternate, and they are outside exterior. So this is an alternate exterior angle. So then what about angle 2 and angle 3? Angle 2 and angle 3. Well, those are interior, and they are on the same side. So this is consecutive interior. All right, what about angles 5 and 7? Angles 5 and 7. 5 is in the bottom left. 7 is in the bottom left. These are corresponding. Angle 1 and angle 4. 1 and angle 4. Now, this one trips up a lot of students, and here's why. You look at it and go, well, they're on the same side of the transversal, and they're outside, right? They're exterior. So shouldn't they be consecutive exterior angles? It's not a thing, all right? Not related, all right? It's not a thing. So 1 and 4, nothing. We can't relate them, not related. How about 3 and 6? Let's look at 3 and 6. Well, they are interior, so they're either going to be alternate interior or consecutive interior. Are they on the same side? No, they're on opposite sides, so alternate interior angles. And then 4 and 7. 4 and 7, these two. Hey, we know those. We've known those for a while now. Those ones have the same vertex. These ones are vertical angles. Right? They're vertical angles. And we've known that for a while. All right, let's take a look at some more examples. All right, let's take a look at some more examples. So for this one, I'm going to have you take a look at these, try them on your own for a second, then we'll go through some possible answers. So pause the video here, try it, and then we're going to look at the answers. All right, this first one, name the transversal. Well, we have it. I'm going to highlight it for us because it helps our brains, my brain at least, and that is line L. Line L is the transversal, not Lionel, but line L. Name all corresponding angles. So we want all angles there in the same position, all the pairs. Let's just start with angle 1. Angle 1 corresponds to angle 3. All right, how about angle 2? Angle 2 corresponds to angle 4. Angle 5. Angle 5 corresponds to angle 7. And then angle 6 corresponds to angle 8. Top left, top right, bottom right. All right, the next one, name all alternate interior angles. All right, the interior, remember, is this section right here. Alternate interior. So we would have angle 2 is inside. It is alternate interior to angle 7. And then we'd have angle 6 on the inside, and it is alternate interior to angle 3. You can name them in any order, right? Doesn't matter what order you name them. The next one, alternate exterior angles. Let's just start with angle 1 because it's exterior. It's alternate exterior to angle 8. All right. And then for our next one, let's go with angle 5. It is alternate exterior to angle 4. The next one says name all consecutive interior angles. All right, let's just start with angle 2 because it's interior. It's on the same side and interior as angle 3. And then angle 6 is also interior and it is on the same side and interior as angle 7. Those are consecutive interior. And then this consecutive exterior angles, ignore it. All right, I just told you no such thing. The notes that I took this teacher from, she talks about it, but it's not actually a thing, and the book will never talk about it. All right, our next one is a little complicated, so I want us to do this one together, okay? It's a little complicated. I want us to try this one together. So we want to name the transversal connecting angle 1 and angle 5. Angle 1 and angle 5. Which transversal, which line do they both touch? Do they both share? They share line R. All right, they share line R. 1 and 5 are both on line R. What about 7 and 14? 7 and 14. Which line do they both touch? Line Q, right? They both touch line Q. How about angle 8, which is right here, and angle 11, which is right there? Which is the transversal? Line S. Angle 6 and angle 15, which is their transversal? Which line do they both touch? Line Q again. And then the last one, name the transversal connecting angle 3 and angle 9. Which transversal do angle 3 and 9 both touch? And that is line P. All right, here's a total aside, but I want to say it anyways. Which transversal connects angle 10 and angle 7? Which line touches them both? None. There is not one line that touches both angle 10 and angle 7. They do not have a transversal that connects them, all right? So, let's come down here. We're going to use the diagram to classify the angle pairs. All right, use the diagram to classify the angle pairs. So we're going to start with angle 4 and 7. 4 and 7, what kind of a relationship do they have? They are on the inside, right? They are on the inside because here's their transversal. So this would be the inside. And they are on the same side. So this is consecutive interior. Sorry, terrible handwriting today, guys. Good thing I'm saying it for you. All right, for B. B is angle 2 and 11. 2 and 11. So their transversal is P here. I'm going to just ignore this side. If it helps you to just cover up the other part that you're not looking at, do it. So angle 2 and 11. Well, those are on the outside, so they're going to be exterior for sure. And they are on opposite sides of the transversal, so they are alternate exterior. Alternate exterior. I abbreviate. All right, angle 6 and angle 16. There is 6, there is 16. So I can just ignore this side, right? I don't need that right now. 6 and 16. This is the one where they are on the same side and they are, here's the inside, so they'd be exterior. We don't have anything, so that's just a nothing. All right, our next one, angle 8 and angle 13. Angle 8 and angle 13. Well, they are on the inside, right? This whole thing is inside, so they're going to be interior for sure. And they are on opposite sides of their transversal line Q. So they're alternate interior angles. Sorry, make sure you're putting angles on there. We'll do angle 11 and angle 15 next. All right, angle 11 and angle 15. Line S is their transversal. And this is where we sometimes get kind of confused because it's like, well, they're not both inside, they're not both outside. Remember, there's also positioning, right? This is bottom left, this is bottom left. That makes them corresponding angles. All right, corresponding angles. So I want you to try the rest of them on this page. All right, try the rest of them and we'll go over the answers in just 1 second. All right, angle 7 and angle 10. We just talked about that. There was nothing, right? There's nothing for that one. Angle 9 and angle 14. Those are also a nothing. All right, those are also a nothing. Angle 12 and angle 15. That's going to be consecutive interior. Angle 6 and angle 7 are also a nothing. And here's why, guys. If I just cover this up for a sec, 6 is in the upper right or top right. This is in the top left, so they're not corresponding. This is exterior, this is interior. They have no relationship whatsoever. All right, angle 1 and angle 3, top left. These are corresponding angles. Angle 14 and angle 16. This is bottom right. This is bottom right. So these are also corresponding. Angle 6 and angle 15. I'm going to cover this side up so we can see a little better. 6 and 15 are on opposite sides and they are exterior. So they are alt exterior angles. And then angle 5 and angle 10. So I can cover this side up. Angle 5 and angle 10. Well, they are interior and they are on opposite sides, so they are alt interior angles. And then angle 8 and angle 14. Angle 8 and angle 14. Cover up what I don't need. They are consecutive interior angles, right? They're on the same side and they are on the inside. In case you are looking for even more practice, because these are, quite frankly, confusing, like they just are. That's just what they are. Sorry, that is not. I had extra practice and I wanted you to see it. Aha! There they are. All right, this is the extra practice. This is the extra practice. I highly encourage you to check it out, to look at it, and to try it out, because I know it's weird.